Okay, so apparently the last video I uploaded didn't have any sound to it, and that was because I forgot to turn my microphone back on my iMac. So let's try this again. You probably have noticed that Tom and I haven't uploaded any videos at all to the bonus stage in roughly 3 weeks. It's been a pretty big dry spell, and we just want to take this opportunity to apologize for that because we kind of promised you guys, at least a video every 2 weeks, and we haven't given you anything in basically the last month. That is because both of us are now in school. Tom is doing computer programming, and I am doing creative communications, and those are really, really big course loads. We're basically at school from 8 o'clock in the morning until, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then afterwards we go to work, and then we come home and do homework until, it's time to, well, basically we're finished homework, and then we have like 2 hours to sleep and then go back to school. So the only time off we have is weekends, and Tom uses that to work, and he also uses that to catch up on his homework, and then I use that to basically, go see my girlfriend and catch up on homework. So we've had absolutely no time to film the show. So what we're trying to do is, because this is a long weekend, we're going to have a lot more time to, do our, have a life, play some video games, finish our homework and stuff. And these last few weeks have been especially rough for me. I've had a huge amount of assignments due, 20 pages of notes for a short story, a bunch of journal entries, projects, presentations, a couple of which I will post in the links down here in the description, where we did a PR project, two of my friends and myself, and we put on dresses. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, but it was a really funny project, and we're getting a lot of good feedback from it, and so we're really excited, to have that up there. So I will post links down there, as well as a link to my blog for weekly updates on what's going on and what's going on in my head, basically. Other than that, Tom has been, working really hard at school trying to get his stuff ready. I can't even imagine what kind of shit he's learning. It's probably stuff that's way over my head with computers and stuff like that. And then, of course, he works on the weekends. So we haven't had a lot of time to put the show together. It's basically, the show takes about a week to put together. We have to set up all of the equipment, which now is a lot more because we have professional lighting equipment now, too. We set up the equipment, we write our scripts, which takes roughly an hour to an hour and a half, because we both have to figure out, what the other person's going to talk about so we can have counterpoints to whatever they're saying, and then we film, which takes roughly 40 minutes, and then I have to bring everything home, audio, fix up the audio, sync it to the video, edit the video, put in all the game footage. I have to download game footage or, make game footage. So it takes about a week to put the actual show together. It's a lot easier now that we really have, a much better idea of what we're doing, so it's not as, a big process as it used to be, especially now we have this new format where it's, like each video is its own contained episode, which has been really working out for us. So, after the long weekend, we're going to probably, hopefully, cross your fingers on this, hopefully film episode 16 and 17 on the Friday coming up. We're going to do a double shot. It'll more than likely be the Tiger Woods issue, and then a bunch of reviews of games that have just come out. There have been some big games that are now coming out, and now that it's Q4. Uncharted 2 comes out on Tuesday. Really excited to play that game. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. And Tom has been playing Operation Flashpoint, Desert something, but it looks really good, and he's really digging it. And then he was also playing another game, but I cannot remember what the game is. But it doesn't really matter. We're going to review a bunch of games. I'm probably going to post a mini review of Wet. I played and beat that on the PS3 this last week, the week before, and you'll find out in the review. But that was more of a request review. Which, by the way, you can still do, request, send us videos or send us, text messages or whatever and say, I would like you to review this game, what's your opinion on it, and we'll try as quickly as possible to get it out. But basically, I want to use the rest of the time on this video to shoot out a question to our community, because we do have fans, which is really weird. It's always weird to say that, but we do have fans. Now that it is the Q4 gaming season, there's some huge games coming out. some real blockbusters. It goes huge summer for movies, and then it's like winter, Christmas time for games, and it's like a huge amount of entertainment in like 6 months. So there's a lot of stuff to take in, and this year is no exception. Last year was a huge gaming season, and the year before, and now this year as well. It's just like games are getting good, and they're getting really good now. So if I'm gonna omit picking Uncharted 2 because it's coming out so quickly. I'll be playing it in like 5 days. So there's no real reason to say that's anticipated anymore because I'll be playing it so soon. So I think my most anticipated game of 2009 is Modern Warfare 2. It's going to be on a lot of the top 10 lists, and it's probably going to be on my... I haven't even played it yet, and I know that it's probably going to be on my top 10 list for the year, which is kind of weird to say, but you just get a sense that this game is going to be it's going to blow the doors off of first-person shooters, and I think that it's definitely going to do that. It's going to revolutionize how shooters are made, until Modern Warfare 3. Just like Call of Duty 4 revolutionized, multiplayer gameplay. I'm really excited for the campaign. I'm not a big multiplayer fan, but the campaign is going to be wicked, and I'm super jacked for it. So, what is your most anticipated game of Q4 for 2009? It's going to be a great gaming season, lots of good games. Leave a video response or a text comment. Try and get as detailed as you can in the text comment. I know that there's a character limit, so do your best, and we will hopefully see you soon with episode 16 and then 17. Thank you for sticking around, and we apologize for not putting out any videos.